Hello everyone, welcome to BrainX. Today I'm going to talk about 15 proven habits of successful entrepreneurs. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, comment and subscribe to my channel for the next videos about your mental well-being. Want to be a successful entrepreneur? Here are 10 habits that billionaires, high-profile investors and high-growth startup founders have in common. 1. They read. If there is one thing that these successful professionals seem to do more than anyone else, and perhaps anything else, it is to read. They consume books with an incredible appetite. It seems the more successful they are, the more hours they dedicate to reading each day. This can't just be a coincidence. It's worth making time to read real books. Try to make it a staple of your routine before you go to bed or first thing in the morning. 2. Sleep. This may be both the most underestimated and most valuable success habit for entrepreneurs. Sleep impacts everything from health to how you feel and how you look, as well as thinking and decision-making abilities. Just a couple hours more of real quality sleep could provide the edge needed to outperform and feel a whole lot better in the process. Whatever you want to improve on, make sure you are getting your sleep right before trying any more exotic or expensive band-aids. Many successful people indeed get up early, though many go to bed far earlier than most do. Yet, many geniuses are night people as well. Find what works for you and do your best work. 3. Money management. Successful entrepreneurs are very careful with money management. They must be great in this area to balance cash flow and avoid going broke when they are beginning to realize success. This doesn't mean being cheap, nor is throwing away money on losers to scale always the best business model. It's about appreciating that every dollar spent is taking you closer or further from your goals. Many of today's top entrepreneurial and investor leaders are very frugal with their housing. Some have lived in the same modest home for decades. Others have sold everything and live in Airbnbs or Airstreams. David Klein, founder of Common Bond, is a great example of money management, as he was living in his office for years before landing $4 billion in funding for his startup. 4. Exercise. You don't have to walk around looking like The Rock or an Instagram model to be a successful entrepreneur. If you track the photos of today's top entrepreneurs and CEOs, they looked quite different before they had all this money. This point is not about looks. It is that a strong body fosters a strong mind. You've got to have one of those if you are going to make it as an entrepreneur. You don't have to be doing several hundred burpees a day or have mastered the most complicated yoga poses. Even just walking daily can help. Make sure some type of exercise and getting outdoors is on your daily schedule. 5. Aggressively create and protect time for relaxing. Burnout is one of the top threats to entrepreneurs. If you are going to make it through to the results and manage to maintain being on top of your game, have to be very intentional and even aggressively carve out and defend time to relax and decompress every week. You can't afford to compromise here. 6. Set big, clear goals. It may be basic, but you will always be limited or lifted by the goals you set. Are you incubating a small business or a dragon? Successful folk will set goals and work towards achieving them. Now, goals can be short, medium, or long term. It's good to have a mix of these. They also need to be SMART. This stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. If a goal doesn't meet these criteria, scrap it and work on a new one. If you are slowly progressing towards your goals, this is an excellent measure of your individual success. For most successful people, they set a small goal for each day and leave the bigger ones for the future. 7. Focus on the highest value tasks. We all have the same number of hours in the day. The difference is that the most successful founders refuse to work on anything but the most high-value tasks. They try to stay connected to their teams, but they know they simply can't afford to get caught up in low-level tasks if they are going to build billion-dollar companies. They have to restrict themselves to only the work that delivers the absolute best possible ROI on their time. ROI means return of investment. Everything else is a trap. 8. They are constantly building powerful networks. Many of the hyper-successful entrepreneurs may have at least briefly gone to top colleges or worked for organizations like Apple or Microsoft. Yet, they are also the first to tell you that it's whom you know that makes all the difference in getting funded and achieving great exits, not what you know. For example, Matt Salzberg, founder of Blue Apron, he led the company's $1.9 billion IPO and served as CEO until the company had approximately $910 million of trailing revenue and 5,000 employees. He built his powerful network by graduating from Harvard as well as working for a powerful venture capital firm such as Bessemer Venture Partners. 9. They create success routines. It might not be sexy, but it works. Probably didn't aspire to go to bed early or get into a routine when you first dreamed of how life could be in high school or starting a business venture. Your ideal may have looked quite different. Then you realize that you can reap incredible advantages if you organize your time and have routines. You can get more done and your health is a lot better. That doesn't mean it has to be boring though. You can still wake up and go kite surfing off your private island or skip down to the beach to surf at lunchtime. Success here is just as much about scheduling a regular time to blow off steam and do inspiring things. 10. They are always seeking to fail. If you aren't failing, you aren't pushing yourself hard enough. If you aren't ahead of your time, you are behind the times. If you aren't getting no's from potential investors, then you aren't asking for enough or from the best investors. If you aren't sometimes having to apologize to users, then you aren't pushing the boundaries of what you can do for them enough. If you are landing all your shots, you aren't shooting high enough. 11. They avoid procrastination. Procrastination means avoiding a specific task or doing something else to put off an essential task. For instance, you could have a big project due, but instead you choose to vacuum and mop, or you put off the pressing job in favor of one with a more relaxed deadline. Successful people don't procrastinate. They eat the alien. What does success have to do with aliens, you ask? Well, it's a figure of speech. Eating the alien means tackling the unappetizing big job first. If there is something that you would rather avoid doing instead of procrastinating, tackle it head on and eat that alien. It may be strange and a bit scary at first, but often, as you roll up your sleeves and get stuck in the workflows and achieve the task with a bit of effort. 12. They have a dedicated workspace. No one can sustain a high-performance work ethic without a dedicated working space, either at home or in the office. If you strive to become a success in your chosen career, consider creating a home office where you can pursue your work with dedication and consistency. Successful people know the importance of setting themselves up in a comfortable working environment and its impact on the work they do. With this in mind, consider purchasing quality office furniture that makes you feel comfortable and aids in productivity during long working hours. 13. They have a learning mindset. As the saying goes, you can't graft a new idea onto a closed mind. You need to have an open mind and adopt a learning mindset to be successful. This means that you are always open to new ideas and recognize that you can learn more every day. Successful people are often lifelong learners, always looking to upskill and learn more. Another term for this is growth mindset. Each day, successful people want to learn and grow. 14. They eat well and stay hydrated. It's hard to stay successful on an empty stomach while you're dehydrated. Don't neglect the basics of life. It's that much easier to succeed in life when you eat a healthy, balanced diet and drink enough water each day. Successful people will watch their diet and fluid intake keenly. 15. They practice daily self-care. There's no point in achieving a high level of success if you are going to burn out along the way. Successful people will often have excellent self-care routines. This looks different for everyone. Some people like to exercise, while others prefer a long soak in a hot bath. Others still read books or magazines, while others might engage in a hobby. The key is to find something that will relax you at night and look after your daily emotional and well-being requirements. I hope this video inspires you to become more successful. As I said, if you enjoyed this video, like it, comment and subscribe to my channel for the next videos about your mental well-being.